Good morning, everyone. Okay, give me a second. Let me get this sorted out. Is this okay? Yeah. Let me go and find Dr. Lau. Yes. Okay, my students are all seated. Yeah? Okay, good. Bob. Right. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Okay, I'm going to start now. Let's find our seats. Good morning, Professor Lily Chan, Chief Executive and Vice Chancellor, Wawasan Open University. Professor T.S. Dr. Yap Eng Wah, Associate Vice Chancellor, Wawasan Open University. Dr. Tan Huang Yi, President, Association of Graduates from Universities and Colleges of China, Penang. Mr. Kui Chu Boon, Director of SME and Community Development Digital Penang. Mr. Ko Dim Kwan, CEO, Sofik Automation Sdn Bhd, Associate Professor Dr. Zhang Chen, VP of Sales Malaysia, Minjang University. IR Dr. Koi Lok Kin, Academic Head, VTROX College. Dr. Gui Sai Ling, General Manager, Penang Youth Development Corporation. Ms. Abito, CEO and co-founder, Cola Team. Mr. Leonard Tan, Director, Client BIOS RTS Development, Dell Technologies. Mr. Ong Kok Leong, VP of Sales, Aerosoft Solutions. Mr. Samuel Lim, co-founder and CTO, Legacy Technologies Sdn Bhd. Mr. Bob Lei Wee Han, CEO, Digital Networks Sdn Bhd, Rank Digital Private Limited. Mr. Sun Bu, Vice President, China Construction Bank, Malaysia. Distinguished guests, industry leaders, esteemed colleagues, my students, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, selamat datang to WOU's Academic and Industry Symposium 2024. It is truly an honor and privilege for me to be standing in front of such distinguished gathering this morning. Thank you for being here today. Okay, today we come together not merely as individuals, but as a collective force, a nexus of academia and industry, with the shared goal of advancing knowledge, innovation, and progress. We believe today's symposium will serve as a bridge that connects the world of academia and research with the dynamic landscape of industry. We are confident this platform where ideas converge, where theories meet practical applications, and where collaboration germinates the seeds of groundbreaking advancements will be an exciting and fruitful experience for all of us. Without further ado, I would like to invite our Chief Executive and Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Lily Chan, to deliver her welcome speech. Yeah, escape. It doesn't escape. Hold on. Momentary glitch. Okay, one more. Ah, I have your face up. Just take it off. Okay. She doesn't want her face to be showing. Um, Adam, how do I take it off? Go back.
To that first slide.
Okay, is that all right?
Yeah.
And if you want the list of names.
No, no, it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Distinguished speakers, panelists, delegates, industry partners, our guests from China, our students. I must also address our students. They are the future leaders of our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, um, good morning. 早上好. Um, Yesterday, we had a full day of presentations, of academic presentations and papers from both sides, from our university, from Penang, as well as our guests from China. And it was a very long day yesterday. And if for the rest of our guests here who are not aware, our guests come from Xiamen, they come from various parts of China, many Mingjiang University in China. We have students, we have lecturers, we have heads of schools over here. So, again, this morning, we're gathered here to share another session of industry university collaborations. So, thank you, industry partners, those of you who are here. So, um, my colleague has introduced all the speakers, but again, I would like to warmly welcome the three keynote speakers, T.S. Chu Boon, Dr. Tan Huang Yi, and Mr. Ko Lim Kwan. Thank you for accepting our invitation this morning to come and address and talk about your experiences and what you think of industry collaboration with universities. I understand that, and I see many of our students here, it's part of their learning exercise to be in the symposium. After this, they will all have assessments. Dr. Lau will be asking them questions. What have they learned from this? And this is actually a very good opportunity for our students to gain insight into current industry trends and future employment needs. So, as you all know, today's learners need to be digitally competent and tech savvy to keep pace with the rapidly evolving technological advancements. Our School of Digital Technology was established to equip our graduates with the required skill sets to thrive in today's environment. So I think the word IR 4.0 is already outdated. Today, everyone talks about Chat GPT, generative AI. So I'm sure our students will be thinking and learning about that. Um, through our own unique work experience program, it's a work study model tailored for our digital business and software engineering students. We front load our year one students with intensive teaching and mentoring by industry experts. From the second year onwards, these students are placed in the industry. And some of you here do have our students as your interns. So do let us know if they're behaving and they're doing well, right? So the whole purpose is to allow our students to have on the job training by year two. This program is very unusual. It's probably the first of its kind in Malaysia. We're trying to gain traction. It was launched during the COVID time. And many of our students, after year one, their internship, they do get a very good pay for their internship. And many then go on to become full-time staff members within a year with the companies they intern in. So given the flexibility of how a program is conducted, it is after year one, they are studying in a distance and online mode. The as a university, we shoulder a great responsibility to develop a robust talent pipeline to address the skill gaps faced by industry. The Penang Talent Prospects 2023 survey report has indicated a surge in the demand for engineering and IT talents, particularly in the semiconductor, machinery equipment, E&E, medical devices. And as of last week, I attended a retreat with PSDC. Those of you in Penang know who they are, Penang Skills Development Corporation, council members. More companies coming in the whole value chain from substrates to advanced packaging, as well as a major big global business service, a GBS company, will also be locating in Penang. So Penang is really heating up, and the need for talent is really, really urgent. We are ready to partner as our programs get developed, and we would like to work with industry partners how to co-create new courses for our students and the talent pipeline in the coming years. So access to higher education remains our university's top priority by offering also scholarships to deserving individuals, and we aim to enable more Malaysians to increase their level of academic attainment. To date, over 14,000 individuals from our university are receiving some form of financial aid to help them get their degree. So I welcome this dialogue and look forward to exploring ways to strengthen our existing ecosystem, overcome any shortcomings, and then work together with all industry partners and our foreign partners to create solid industry relevant programs to meet the needs and requirements of vital economic sectors. In conclusion, I wish to reiterate our commitment in future proofing our graduates, specifically preparing them to be industry ready with the relevant expertise, knowledge, and mindset. And this can only be accomplished through strong collaboration and active engagement with stakeholders all across the value chain, from industries, government, academia, as well as the community. In conclusion, I would also like to thank my team um, who have worked relentlessly, and I think it's been 6 months with our colleagues from China to enable this to happen. And after yesterday's event and looking at this morning, I think next year the pressure is on to the team to do a much bigger one, because I'm pretty sure we can bring in more of our Chinese colleagues, putting pressure on my colleague over there, as well as more industry partners to come in and have a much bigger conference. And then looking at what's happening here, I need to tell my boss I need a bigger auditorium now. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Prof, for the enlightening welcoming speech. Now, next on our agenda this morning, we would like to invite our first keynote speaker, Mr. Kui Chu Boon, from Digital Penang's Director of SME and Community Development, to deliver his topic titled Penang Digital Transformation Master Plan. All right, yeah. You have his photo on top there, and we shall invite the gentleman up to the stage, please. I come to your slide. Yeah, I can think you just need to press.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Professor Dr. Lily Chan, Chief Executive and Vice Chancellor, Wawasan Open University. Professor T.S. Yap Ing Hua, Associate Vice Chancellor, Wawasan Open University. Our learned friends from both academic as well as industries. 中国团队代表，欢迎你们到来马来西亚。Right, and students and ladies and gentlemen, right. So my name is Chubun. I'm from Digital Penang, and today I'm going to share with you what Digital Penang is all about, and share a little bit on the digital transformation for the state of Penang. Okay, so Digital Penang was formed in year 2020. Right? We are a pretty young company, and as what our YB Tuan Chow Kuan Yew, Chief Minister of Penang, is that the purpose for the Digital Penang is to enable as well as to orchestrate our digital strategy, okay, and to capture opportunities in the economy and upgrade livability in Penang itself. All right, and since Digital Penang has actually transformed since the year 2020, and we are now into our next iteration, where we call ourselves Digital Transformation Blueprint 2.0. All right. Share a little bit on the pillar of digitalization. Okay, there are 4 pillars that we are currently focusing on. Okay, which is the economy, community, infrastructure, as well as government. All right. So we believe these 4 structures form the foundation. Okay, to enable we as an agency to promote digital economy in the state itself. Right. Now I want to share with you some of the programs that we do for the digital transformation in Penang. First and foremost is we call our Dharma Community Development. This program was started during the pandemic, okay, where a lot of NGOs having financial difficulties because the public are not able to go to them to receive funds, whereas these NGOs are still continue to go out and help the public during the pandemic itself. Okay, so Digital Penang has really formed this platform to enable the public to forward donation to them. Okay, as these platforms, since now we are out of the pandemic, so we are also changing the narratives for the Dharma platform. Now we are identifying deserving NGOs. Okay, we get them to attend our digital marketing program. Okay, so that they themselves can learn how to make their websites, Facebook pages more attractive. Okay, so that they can reach out to public. Right. This is a program that is very much close to the heart of the Chief Minister. It's called Da Digital. So what we do is that we run programs for the elders in our communities to teach them how to use handphone. Okay, some people may felt that using handphone is such a natural thing. In our team, okay, that once upon a time, our parents taught us how to use chopsticks and spoon and fork. Okay, so for this, so we have trained around 36,000 individuals since we started this program in 2020. Okay, we teach programs like how to use e-payment, how to check summons, how to pay parking, and most importantly now, we also include a topic how not to get scammed. Okay, because there are a lot of elderlies. Okay, they don't have much exposure, so a lot of them unfortunately have suffered a lot of financial losses. Yeah, because of scam. So this program, these are some of the topics that we taught during the program itself. So the program is a 3-month program, 12 lessons. Every once a week we run 1 lesson. Right? As of now, we are currently running this program in 7 locations, which we target by the end of this year. We'll expand it to around 20 locations throughout Penang, both island as well as the mainland. Next, of course, we come to the powerhouse of economy for the state of Penang, which is the small and medium industry. Okay, and here we also include the micro, because individually micro enterprises are defined as company who has 500,000 turnover or below, as well as have 5 or less full-time staff. All right, so individually they may not be able to contribute much economically. Okay, but in Penang states, right? We are told that we have around 52,600 of them. Okay, so collectively they are a force that we cannot ignore, right? So we have around 13,000 small industry as well as about 1,000 medium industry. Okay, so as you know, in Penang, we have a lot of MNC. So these SMEs are basically suppliers, okay, or rework suppliers to these enterprise, this MNC. Okay, so in a way, we want to make sure that the SMEs as well as the micro, okay, are kept up to date digitally, okay, that they adopt technology such as cybersecurities, because more and more companies are now moving into internet, okay, and they are using less and less manual work and more move towards more on automation, right? There is another program called e-invoicing, which some of you may have known, okay, will be implemented this year around June or August or July, okay, where by the middle of next year, okay, in 2025, say all of the businesses would have to subscribe to the e-invoicing program. Okay, so we want to make sure that all our businesses in Penang, okay, that they are also kept up to date to this, right? Next on the topic is on cybersecurity. Okay, cybersecurity is something which we are taking a very heavy responsibility on, because, as you know, the world is getting smaller and smaller, okay, through connectivity. And some of the SMEs that we've spoken to, they say that, we are such a small company. Why would hacker hack us? All right, so we tell them that small company usually is the target of small hackers, because the small hackers need the practice. All right, small hackers cannot hack the big companies because they will be get caught easily. All right, so we urge them not to take this matter lightly, okay, and continue to be vigilant as well. Right, yeah. So these are some of the framework for the digital transformation. All right, very very important. A lot of companies say that we don't have much money to invest in hardware. We say that now we have cloud computing. Okay, you do not require hardware anymore. All right, everything is can be shared. Okay, so these are some of the elements that we are running workshop. Okay, so Digital Penang run a lot of workshop as well as seminar. Okay, with the purpose of getting the industries for them to be updated with the latest technology, as well as create awareness. Okay, as you know, traditional businesses are already not able to do business as once they used to. Okay, because the world is very very connected. All right, and for a person to buy something, okay, the first thing they do is to go to internet, okay, and look at the review. Okay, hardly anyone go to shop and buy things anymore. Okay, so with this, we say that the market did not shrink. Okay, some people complain that my customer segment has moved away. Though I say no, the market is always there. It's just that how people purchase, how people make decision to buy has changed. So therefore, the company also need to follow through, okay, the way consumer buy products or services. Okay, some of the micro SME ecosystem development that we are currently doing now. Okay, these are some of the programs. All right, so our objective is to nurture the micro enterprises, okay, for them to move into small small enterprises, and eventually to medium enterprises, okay, so that they can continue to add value to the states as well as to the industry in general. Okay, these are some of the partners, industry partners and government agency that's been supporting Digital Penang in our effort. All right, so so some of the data that I can share with you for our DA Dema as well as the DA Digital program. Yep. Okay, some of the activities that we have done. I'm sorry. Okay. Next is very important is also our startup ecosystem. Okay, as you know, we startups are an important part now in our society because they are the one that is disrupting the business model. Okay, they come up with innovative as well as creative ideas. Okay, to tackle a particular problem. Okay, or solving a big problem in general. All right. So a little bit of report for Penang. Our startup Penang is ranked number 2 in Malaysia. Okay, we are ranked number 8 in Southeast Asia and number 329 globally. Okay, and these are from the Startup Blink. Okay, an independent agency that monitors startup globally. All right. For now, we have around 150 startups registered in Penang itself. All right. So our role in Digital Penang, basically a few. Number one is, of course, we want to nurture as well as developing startups, provide them with a robust ecosystem so that they can receive the attention as well as the recognition from the industry as well as the state. All right. We also develop market access. As we know, Penang is only a 1.8 million population. All right. Our market is very, very small. Right. So what we have done is that, example, last year we took 10 startups from Penang to Jakarta, okay, for them to experience, okay, other markets in other countries. So this year we endeavor to bring them to Thailand. All right. So from here we hope that we are able to collaborate with ecosystem in other countries, okay, to provide access to our startups. So in case in the event that they want to be able to develop or grow their business overseas, then they have a place to start. Okay, so apart from that, we also ensure capital access in terms of angels as well as VC, so that we want to make sure these startups can fly before the runway ends. Yeah. Okay, so these are some of these tech startups that has been registered in Penang itself. All right, one of the companies that I would like to bring your attention to is Space Tech, Space Int, okay, who has successfully launched Pico satellites last year into the atmosphere, lower orbit, okay, with the purpose of IoT, receiving signal from IoTs, okay, for various industrial application. Okay. Some of the program that we are doing for the startups, okay, we have the venture development. Right, Digital Penang is poised to support 500 startups, okay, by the year 2030. Okay, and what we do is that these companies have to have a 9-month commitment. All right, we run program with them from business model canvas all the way to market access. All right, and we also have market development where we bring them, as I mentioned earlier, to foreign countries so that they can see, you know, how other countries run their startups. We also have funding as well as investment. As we know, startups usually run very, very lean. Right, they don't have a lot of money. However, to develop a startups, not just money itself, we also do character development as well as business model engagement as well. Okay, last but not least is community engagement. We want to make sure all these startups, okay, they have a place to call home. Okay, that we are able to provide them with a platform so that they can support each other through their journey of a startup. Okay, Idea Pesta is something that we have run last year, so this year we'll do again. So basically, Idea Startup, we work with academia. Okay, we pose a challenge and we get the students to solve the problem. Okay, so from here we get a lot of innovative and creative ideas from the student itself. Okay, as of now, we have worked with 6 Institute of Higher Learnings. All right, last year we did a digital creatives. Okay, where we get them to do creatives such as games as well as animation. All right. In Penang, we have a lot of creative schools as well as students. Okay, however, there is no a platform for them to teach them how to make a business out of it. Okay, so a lot of them upon graduates, they will either go to KL or they go to Singapore, okay, to look for their greener pasture. Okay, so here in Digital Penang, we hope to be able to give them a platform so that they can develop their ideas and hopefully they will be able to run it as a business. Okay, so we have what we call the Creative District, Creative Digital District, short form CD Square. Okay, this is an idea from the state itself. Okay, to develop, as you can see here, this is major the CBD in northeast of Penang. All right. This year we are endeavor to run the digital Penang Digital Hub, where we will collaborate with MDEC as well as the co-working space. Okay, so that when there is a foreign digital nomad coming to Penang or coming to Malaysia, okay, we will be able to provide them with a place they can call an office, as well as we also collaborate with MyBar, the Business Hotel Association, so that they have a place to stay as well. Okay, so we are very much looking forward to the Penang Digital Hub launch. Okay, and of course, we have the Penang Digital Creative Weeks in the pipeline as well, so that this will basically run as a continuous event, okay, for the digital community in Penang. Okay, some of the supporting partners last year, we worked with Cradle, MDEC Meranti, My Startups, were from Cradle as well as Microsoft and Alibaba Cloud. Okay, so these are the supporting partners to support the startups, okay, in their different business ideas. Okay, a little bit of report. We have registered 5,350 participants. We run 27 grassroots ecosystem, 11 startup fundraising and investors engagement. We have 10 venture development and market access program, and 4 to view Penang as a differentiated ecosystem. Okay, we have worked with 6 Institute of Higher Learnings, 12 VCs, as well as more than 20 corporates, okay, in our endeavor. This is some photos to share with everyone. This is 42 Penang. All right, so it will be run next door, okay, starting April. Okay, they're currently doing renovation. So this is an initiative from 42 Paris and 42 KL, okay, where we do a peer-to-peer learning program. There is no teacher, there is no instructor, okay, and when we run through this with the support of Sunway University. Okay, Market Access Indonesia, these are the 10 startup I mentioned earlier. Okay, we have also MBAN. MBAN stands for Malaysia Business Angel Networks, okay, where we unlock the value from high net worth individuals as well as corporates. Okay, so under MBAN program, if you are a member, all the investment that you invest in the startups will be tax exempted, okay, as according to Security Commission. So this will basically drive more corporates, okay, for them to come out and invest in a startup. Some of the startup ecosystem activities, okay, this is MyKadun. We provide a digital system, okay, for the service center for all the state assembly person, okay, so that they can record the activities as well as aids given electronically, and this is implemented statewide, yeah, all 40 of them. Okay, this is MyKadun. Okay, we just launched the Penang Internet Exchange just recently, a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so this will basically provide a better surfing experience, internet experience for local as well as in Malaysia. In Malaysia today, before PIX, we have 2 internet exchange, namely in JB as well as in KL. Okay, so with the 3rd exchange in Malaysia itself, okay, we will be able to provide better experience as well as we hope more and more companies can come on board to use this service. Okay, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kui. That was really, really good. No, no, you're staying up here. Okay, I'm opening the floor for any questions for Mr. Kui. No questions? Oh, yeah.
Hello, good morning, everyone. May I ask you a question about
Sure.
e-health? How about e-health in our Penang? Would you please e-health? E-health.
E-health.
Yes,
Okay.
e-health.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. 谢谢. All right. So for e-health, at this point of time, we don't have any program specifically for that. Okay, but we are working closely with the state health authorities. One of the topics that we are looking at is on dengue, 骨痛热症. All right. So we are currently working on a few models as well as working with the state exco, okay, to come up with a predictive model and as well as allow people to make reports, okay, via apps, okay, for that. So this is the current, the only health related digital initiative that we are working on. Is there any specific health matters that you're looking at? Sorry.
我用中文啊，不好意思，谢谢大家。因为我们是做数字医疗健康的，就是刚刚也坐在我旁边这一位是我们的企业家，然后我们专注就是做 e-health，所以刚才看到你的模块里头，在 digital 平能里头没有出现 e-health 这个模块，所以我们就比较感兴趣。那我们大概在中国呢，这个领域的推进是非常非常快的。就像您刚才演讲中所说到，关于这个跨区域合作，我们现在正在做多国的一个临床的一个中心，也跟马来西亚理科大学还有多所槟城的医院在合作。后续呢，再向您报告具体的细节。
好，
谢谢。
可以，谢谢。Yeah, so basically, big data in healthcare, okay, is also one of the areas that should be explored. Okay, I will report this back to the exco for them to consider. Okay, thank you.
You're just trying to run away from the stage, right? Okay, any questions from the audience? No, you can run.
Okay, so thank you very much again for everyone for your attention. Digital Penang has a booth next door, so later on you can come and visit. I'll be there as well. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Kui, for sharing with us the transformation plan. And I would like to invite everyone for a short break, tea break in front. Let's please join that. And please be back because after the tea break, we're going to have a panelist who's going to give us a discussion talk, okay? Later. I'll introduce the panel again. Okay, let's have our tea. This next door, just here. Lepas ni, I nak gambar gambar depa ni je. Ni. Tak apalah. Boleh letak. Apa yuran saja. Kita beri makan. Apa? Welcome back, everyone. I enjoyed my breakfast. I hope you enjoyed your breakfast too. Simple, but yes, it was good. Right. Now we shall continue our morning with our panel discussion titled Advancing Education Through Research and Industry Collaboration. Now, our discussion this morning will be moderated by Mr. Bob Lay. Do you want me to continue back with your CEO and so on? I'll just say out your names, it's okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, our session will be moderated by Mr. Bob, and our panelists consist of Associate Professor Dr. Zhang Chen, IR Dr. Kui, Dr. Gui, Mr. Samuel Lim, Miss Abito, Mr. Ong Kok Leong, and Mr. Leonard Tan. Okay. Bob, over to you. Thank you.
How are you today? Yes. Now today we're going to talk about very big topic anyway, so we need to bring more energy. However, it's going to be very challenging because this is my first time moderating. On top of it, 7 panelists at one time. Usually we only have about 3 panelists or 4 panelists the most, right? But doesn't matter. Let's start this discussion today. Now today's discussion is all about advancing education through research industrial collaboration. The keyword is collaboration. All right, so there are a lot of industry player as well as academia here. All right, some of you are from China, some of you are from local, but however, I think academy and industry is the same. We're talking about collaborations. Okay, we have also players from also China, right? So from China, Dr. Zhang Chen. All right, I'm trying to get it right. Okay, all right. So let's start the first question because we don't really have much time. All right, let's start the first questions. Okay, let's talk about how can academia, all right, and industry work together to foster innovation and address the real world challenges, okay, in education. I wanted to address these questions to Leonard, right? So Leonard is in the industry. He works with Dell and many MNC company. Let's start with you. What's your thought about this?
Thank you, Bob. A quick one. I know it's very short time. So I always have a formula, understanding equals to knowledge plus experience. Okay? To make you understand about this, let me ask the men over here. How many of you will be able to, or already probably, understand how painful it is to go through labor pain? The men.
No idea.
Can you understand that? Not your entire life, right? Because you have the knowledge, right? But you will never have the experience. So this is what we talk about, with research, collaboration between academia and the industry. You probably study in the college or university, you're probably going to have more knowledge, but you don't have experience. So you will not be able to understand. So I think this is a very important question. And I think we should have more collaboration. I can give another example. This is a recent, 2 years ago, an example. Examples speak a million truths, right? So what happened was, I went through this. It's available online, Harvard University online training, AI, in Python, right? AI in Python. You can search it. It's free. It's free training online, Harvard Online University. I go through it and I realized that, hey, this is pretty powerful. So I asked one of my staff, senior staff, can you go through this training? He went through it, and to cut the story short, he found an algorithm called CSP algorithm in there. The best thing what he can do is to articulate the problem that we have in our industry with that CSP algorithm. What does that CSP algorithm fix? It solved the Sudoku game, You know the game Sudoku? So you can automatically solve it with the CSP algorithm. The similar problem what the game has is the problem that he articulated with our industry. And with that, he managed to go and solve a problem that it took us 2.5 years to figure it out in 1 week. Okay, he spent 2.5 years to do research, to understand what's going on, and fix it in 1 week training. So I just give you a classic example that we have to do research to understand the problem. We have to understand the ecosystem. We have to go deep dive the ecosystem trying to understand what's going on in there, and then go and find a potential solution. I'm sure, right, in this era, tons of solutions out there. And guess what? We even don't have to rewrite the code. You just go to GitHub, download it, and voila, it's there. Plug it in, and it works. And we push it all the way to our vendor who run the code and solve 50 minutes for every run, solve me tons of money. See that? 1 week. But 2.5 years research. Okay, just to kind of show how that works.
Wow, fantastic. That's a very good example of how we apply that, what we in educations into the real world situations. Let's listen to Dr. Kue, right? You run a college as well, but more in industry and also technology and all things. Well, how's your experience in actually applying that real world, like what Leonard shared just now, into the learning? Now we are talking about to academia now, in that sense.
Thanks, Bob. So when I started the college 3 years ago, okay, Mr. Chu, our CEO from Retrux, he mentioned that this college is a bit different, that we want it to be industrial-centric. We want to make sure that our students are able to work on the project that is based on the engineering, especially if, let's say, we can get the project directly from the engineers, that will be even better. So from our side here, we are trying to come up with a new model that we call work-based learning. In Mandarin, we call it 在职学习. So maybe you guys can understand it more. So for this one here is our students, they started their educations in Retrux College. For first semester, as a soft landing, they will not go into the industry. But started second semester, they will have to go inside already. Work side by side with the engineers, and they learn every skill that is coming from the engineers. They learn the contemporary topics. They know exactly how to apply their knowledge into the real world problems. This is what we want, because by doing that, we are able to break the silos from the educations to the industry. And then we are able to bridge the gaps that we have, especially for the upskilling and reskilling requirements that we always see in Malaysia educations. For us, our tertiary educations in Malaysia sometimes is like creating bigger gap due to the policies that we have. But for us, we are trying to close the gap.
Yeah.
So we develop our own college in the industry.
All right, fantastic. It's already looking at, we are closing the gaps. The keyword is here. How many of you here are already taking your internships or looking forward for your internships here? How many of you are looking forward for your internships? Raise your hand. Nobody is looking forward to your internships, huh? Wow, it's like everybody is so scared of, all right? So all of you looking forward to it, or in a way, huh? So let's look at how actually apply that. I mean, in school is one thing of learning, but what about internships, right? A lot of times internship you hear about only doing the basic stuff and all those things as well. But I had a short chat with Sam, and they have really a new approach in terms of internships. Let's listen to him about how he approached that, not only looking at what you learn in classes, but apply during internships. But the way they do it is really unique. Let's listen to Sam.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Actually, as we know, in colleges, university, they have been teaching using, most of the time is theory. Okay, so just now we know that students they can memorize the whole theory and go for the exam, and also they can they only lack is the experience. So how we actually going to, we know that we study is to solve problems. Okay, industry needs internship to help solve problem, needs engineer to help solve problems. So if to make them can solve problem, why don't we give them the problem back that we actually meet, we actually see. So sometimes we let them solve a real problem rather than just fake a problem, build a problem for them to solve. Okay, because build a problem to solve, the solution is very straightforward one. There's an answer there anyway. There's an answer there anyway. If let's say we use a real problem, a real use case problem for them to solve, then you have to find your own answer, and the answer may not over there. Although you find an answer already, you still have to put some innovative inside there. Then only you can solve the problem. So yeah, that's the way we used to let the student, our internship student, we only give them some hints where to find those solutions, but the solution may not full yet. So they have to dig their head and think of something else. Then we guide them from backup them only. We don't directly tell them what to do. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Sam. Sam is a bit kind of summarize what he actually discussed with me in the sense that actually what he did is actually he throw the students in the deep sea. You know, usually what we do is we pull them and give them the gears, right? For example, the snorkeling, the flippers, and all those to swim. He in turn throw the students into deep sea and you learn how to swim. Then only give you solutions how to do it. In fact, it's really, really unique in a sense. So actually, it's very, very unique. Now let's listen from, all right, another perspective from another countries. Okay, Dr. Chang, right? Let's listen to in China. How do you do collaborations with the industry, you know, yourself in the industry as well as academia? So you are in the right place to tell us how do you do your collaboration in China.
Thanks, Bob. For our university, and we have to establish or build a platform that is connected with our industry, education, research, and application. That is a union platform. First, we would to know the industry, their real need in industry, and then we will more to know the application in the technology development and the products, and after that, we will connect with our research. For me, my research field is about materials and 3D printing, and then I will use my major knowledge in my class for to teach and tell them what is industry company need in future. So that is combined with education, and we also have some when our students the third year in the university, they will go to the company to have maybe half a year for in the company to learn the skill and the experience for their further work. So that is my opinions. Thank you.
All right, so we hear that also pretty much we are actually looking at, closing the gaps between the needs. Okay, the key words here is the needs and the industry needs, and also what you learn in school. Right, okay, that's very important because what you learn, if it doesn't apply in the school, okay, so that will be like wasted your time in universities. So what we're trying to do is trying to be practical in that sense. Now, that's where we're talking about bridging the gaps. Let's talk to Abby. Abby is in the platforms of actually, connecting students, actually, or potential employees to the employer and all things as well. So what do you think about this, then bridging the gaps, also closing the gaps between the, the graduates as well as the real industrial needs?
Thanks, Bob, for the question. So from my opinion, right, bridging the gap is really a very important question, very important stage for every student, because when they're when they are learning theory, so they gotta know where they can apply these theories. So if let's say after they graduate, then only they start applying these theories, it might be too late or they cannot relate. But what if they can start applying theory when they are studying? So how? Not only via internships, they can actually also engage with part-time jobs, gig jobs, and other related, part-time basis kind of projects. So these are when they can actually apply theory already. Let's say from marketing standpoint, right? We will always learn about 4P, but what is 4P and how you can really apply into your part-time job by creating a marketing proposal for a company, be it micro business or SME owners. So this is, I feel like they should start working out there, real world, when they are studying.
All right, thank you, Abby. Right, indeed, that's also other avenue, not only internship and all things. So just now asking everybody who is looking forward to internship, nobody, yeah. But what about part-time job? Because why? Part-time job may even churn out more income for you and all those things as well. Indeed, right? So it's real world here. Okay, now let's talk about that in terms of technologies and AI and all those things. Everybody's can't run away from that. All right, how many have actually used ChatGPT or AI for your homework and all those things? So a lot of you, right? Okay, it is a real world thing, right? Everybody's using that and all those things. Well, let's listen to Kok Leong. Kok Leong is real in the sense that I know him for many years as an academic. So he actually do trainings as well as technology. All right. So in that sense, what do you think about this technology like AI and new technology? Are they helping the learning or they are stopping the student from learning? Let's listen to him. And that relates to real world, right? So in that sense, collaborations.
Thank you, Bob. So today's the technology is moving fast. Are we moving fast enough? I think that's the first thing we're gonna ask ourselves, right? So regardless anything, technology always have the good side and the dark side. So let's take an example of cybersecurity, right? So we are talking about using AI behaviors to counter the cybercrime, but I think the dark side is even run faster than the good side right now today. All right. So why I mention this is I think everyone should look into adopting new technology and learn up. And I believe in not only AI, right? Any other technology as well, as long as it could help you to learn, you use it in a positive way, is something that we should always look into it. All right. So let me take a very quick example. So if you think about this, is one of the students is do all the work without using AI and versus someone who's doing AI, you think who would do a better job? Obviously AI, right? So just imagine if I am the one that not going to use AI, but I just use Google search. Well, the time that I spend on the searching, I myself be more productive. Find out more productivity tools to assist, right? That's why nowadays we see a lot of new digital technology. So we're no longer using the legacy way of working really. So that I think is very, very important. As well as I would like to echo the others panels had mentioned. If you notice, everyone have the same common things, is that whatever you learn, you try how to apply to the real world. All right. So take all the opportunity. Sometimes it's not about learning itself. Education is a foundation, right? It's not about using on a real life where you say, hey, I'm not working, so how do I apply? Right? You can look around, right? You go to a cafe, you can think about what you learn, how to apply in the cafe. How do you helping your parents, helping your friends, wherever you observe. All right. If you have the opportunity to travel, you think about how those people are using this and why. Is it applicable in your country? If not applicable, how do you localize it? So once you start that type of thinking, and you by using all the technology, AI to assist you, you could learn faster. While my old days, during my time, 1986, when I learned programming, there's no such thing called even Google. Right.
All right. So I think Kok Leong has already covered pretty much what I want to ask, but I want to still open to the panels, right? So what is your thought about this, right? Is it You don't know about, do you realize that actually a lot of companies actually start claiming copyright? The result from the actually ChatGPT and all things actually belongs to someone's copyright. If you use it and all things sparingly, of course, we cite, I'm pretty sure all you understand citation and all those things as well. But a lot of times, is it ethical, right? So to claim what are results that you get and all things, that you submit that, like to get your mark and all things, is that ethical? I want to open to the panel discussion and talk about this, because that really relates to what we talk about, that the needs industry as well as academy and all things. Well, who want to take up these questions? Anyone? Right? Dr. Gui? Yeah.
Okay.
She will go first.
Yeah.
Good,
No, yeah.
good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at your questions.
Mm.
AI is good to use. ChatGPT is good to use, and of course, definitely is useful. But whenever we look at the academic itself, looking at the research itself is something not right to do. Okay, it's considered plagiarism, definitely. But however, even though we get all those info from Google, from database and so on, so in order to capture the plagiarism issue, of course, a right referencing must be there. So whenever we do, let's say we use ChatGPT, we will not know who is author. It's just a chunk of the info that you want to look for. So for students, my advice to you, you have to really look into the contents, particularly, specifically, those contents come from where? Where is the source of the paper or the contents? Who is author? What is the journal paper and so on? It will take some time, definitely, but otherwise you will be claimed plagiarized and your paper might just fail. And this is the really serious offense in the academic world. So you have to do a proper referencing, citation clearly to claim or to give credit to the author where those contents you get from. So that is the right way to do. Okay, so but allow me to add on a little bit. Okay, looking at the topics today, advancing education through research and industrial collaboration. So I would like to add on the PYDC point of view. So PYDC, Penang Youth Development Corporation. So we are an agency developed by Penang State Government. So we are actually represents governments to actually involve those youth empowerment initiative. So we started to have this model because on here we look at the academia and industry, but without agency. So we started the agency, academia, industry collaboration model in 2020. So we come in as a bridge between the academia and also the industry. So what we have done is actually we gather industrial people, academia representative, students, and also college and university come to PYDC platform to actually empower our youth on the development, holistic development. Either it's on experiential learning through our Penang Youth Volunteers Initiative. So far, we have 6,000 over registered volunteers under our platform. So while they are still students, but they already learn, they come up with from their comfort zone to contribute to the society. And it's a platform for them to see how the world is, to learn to contribute to community, to learn to appreciate what they have, and also build out the community leadership. So that is on the experiential learning side. And also on the more academia side, is also industrial and academia side, is also one of the way we try to make the gap closer, whereby we do collaboration project on the research with USM. Is under our Penang Young Teacher Talents initiative. So we started in 2021, whereby we have a series of the digital skill training for the youth, looking at the current demand of the skill needed. And then after we taught them, actually all the speakers from industry, for example, Bob and so on, Kok Leong and others as well. So it's actually, we do not want them to just focus on academia, which is very, very academic. So we give them the opportunities to see, to practice how the real industrial practice. So by the end of the course, they actually can start to become a digital marketer already. Okay, instead of finishing the whole diploma course or degree course. And we get USM collaboration on research, up a 3 series of the research before they learn, after they learn, and after they have finished the apprenticeship and also the internship. So we see how they progress, and that's how it helps to close the gap. That's one thing. The other industrial project that we are having right now is with Dell. We call it as Develop with Dell. Okay, so we play the role to actually identify the talents from different institutions and to study on-site in the Dell campus, which is a 10 days very intensive, teaching them the current technologies, the advanced technologies, and they will be awarded the Dell certificates and also the badge from the US headquarters. And once they finish the course, they are actually ready to actually serve the industry. And there are actually vacancies available, internship available. Once they finish the course, they are actually ready to hire them. And the course taught them are actually exactly the same they teach those fresh graduates. So in that sense, they are much ready prior to their graduation. They already able to actually serve the industry. Whereby that's how a few of the ways that we try to close the industrial gap. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Looks like there's a lot of initiative, there's a lot of opportunities out there for all the students and all things as well. But I want to direct these questions to Dr. Chang. Yeah? In a sense that if you are a student, right, you always look at people's providing you opportunities and all things. What should you do as a student, right? All right, so what is your advice to the students? What should you do in a sense that actually getting that opportunities and to showcase yourself, right? In you know, in for example, like in your industry, you're doing that 3D printing and all things. Well, I'm pretty sure you're looking for new ideas and ideas or new innovations and all things. Well, so how actually, what is your advice to the students in this case, right? So not only we providing them, they also should take an initiative, isn't it? Right? Let's listen to you, Dr. Chang.
Thanks, Bob. And in my opinion, in our university, we have used app that calls 校启帮. That is school and company cooperation. That means this means, and when when students go to the internship, and they will fill in the information, their information in the app, and for the company part, they can also to record their performance and their skills in the app, and then the app will build a database, and that is somewhat can give some opinions or suggestions for the next company the students to work, and this case we can use such app to connect to the students and for the industry. This is one example, and another example, we also use another app called 语课堂. That is software established by Tsinghua University, and we use this software for me, a teacher, and we can scan the code, the arima, and before I begin my class, and all my materials for the class, and for some questions for the the electric materials such we do our informations I can upload, and then the students they will scan the same the code, and then they can got all the information that is online, and after I finish the class they will still can look all the documents online for the and also can how to say they can leave message online, and for me just on my cell phone I can read all the information they transfer to me and respond to them. It's very convenient. So that is the case in my works.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zhang. It's really fantastic, eye-opening. That you're in a way that actually we know that they're using even apps already. So it's sort of like tracking the students' progress and knowing how to connect with the students in the learning and how to apply in the real life and all things. Well, so I want to hear from the rest of the panel as well. What is your thought, right? I mean, always we'll be providing platforms, providing tools for them and all things. Well, what do you expect from the students now? I want to hear from the panel. Anyone of you want to talk?
Yeah, I can. Okay, I can start first. So I think the approach that I'm going to introduce to everyone, even myself actually, I wrote a framework, created a framework. It's not really belongs to me in a way. So there's no citation on that one yet. Yes. Anyway, I call it the 4 universal law of personal development. It's a framework that I designed myself for any problem that I solve. I solve any problem with this 4 framework. First of all, I look at the ecosystem, the process, which ecosystem I'm looking at, right? So I know where it starts, where it ends. Second law is who are the stakeholders within the ecosystem, of course, including myself. If I'm not there, then why I'm solving the problem anyway? So I need to identify all the stakeholders within that ecosystem. Who are the players? The third law is what are the value proposition? Why does all this, or why do all these stakeholders exist? Why they exist? There must be a reason. And in my opinion, many times I noticed that a lot of the stakeholders don't even know why they exist. They don't know why they're there. They just sell the product, but they don't know why they exist. In order to know why you exist is what problem do you solve? If you don't solve any problem, you don't exist, right? So you just look cool, but it doesn't really solve any problem. It doesn't make any sense. Now, the same third law is talking about how do you connect among all these stakeholders? There must be a connection. There must be a connection from cradle to grave. If there's no connection at all, then you don't exist. There must be a connection, all right? Then the fourth law is very simple. Develop your skill towards that direction. Because once you can develop more, that skill, then you build more value to your proposition. Now, the reason I'm sharing this is because I mentioned to the students, right? If you have any problem, you go start up a company, don't just start with it because it looks cool. I saw a company trying to create 3D printer, or they have this VR, very cool 3D look. It looks cool, but it doesn't solve any problem. I asked a simple question: what problem does it solve? And they get stuck. They can't answer me that question. Right? So that's my advice, or even to the students. The same thing I'm approaching today in a company. And just last but not least, very important, because somebody just now mentioned about health, right? Let me ask this question. I use your body as an example, okay? This body is the ecosystem, right? This body is the ecosystem. Who are your stakeholders in this body? Your brain, your heart, your liver, your lung, everything, all those parts in there, your stakeholders, right? How do they work? What do they do? Do you know? We mostly don't know. We wait for the doctors when we get sick, waited for 2 hours, and meet a doctor who talk to you in 15 minutes and give you paracetamol. You laugh because that's what happened to you, right? Why is this so important? 1 out of 5 Malaysians are having diabetes today, more than 18 years old. If you want to solve this problem, you got to start from you. You're going to look at all this ecosystem, know how they work. I'm not talking about you become a doctor. It's very simple. The World Wide Web, or even ask ChatGPT right now, it can give you all the answers. Use that as a tool. No citation required. Solve the problem, know your body, and you will avoid from becoming a diabetic person. Thank you.
Fantastic, isn't it? Very insightful talk. Thank you, Leonard. Right. So in a sense, that's actually what you're looking at. Actually, it's actually both way, right? So as long as we provide platform like Dr. Gui, she has done fantastic jobs like providing all the platforms, Cola team as well, right? Even all the VTROX as well as the SAM's schools and all things. Well, of course, Kot Leong and all those. Now, what my last question is because those time factors, or else we're going to talk the whole morning. I'm pretty sure we enjoyed that, but because of time factors and all things, we're going to pose the last questions. This is going to be open for everyone. All right. What do you foresee in the future? What do you anticipate in collaborations between industry and academia and even government agencies for that matters, right? We don't want to leave out the government agencies, right? And all things. What do you foresee and what do you like to see in the future in this kind of collaborations? I see Dr. Gui is willing to talk now, want to talk now. Can't eager.
I'm ready for that. Yeah, I'm doing it. So for the collaborations amongst what you mentioned just now, like the educators, like the government sites, and also for the industry, these are the three components that we're always looking at. But then sometimes, like for our side here, VTROX, we are kind of like taking out the government side because we want it to be fast. We want it to be, sorry about that. We want it to be fast and also effective, especially for the students. We need the talents in to create the ecosystem for us to build the country. So what are the ecosystem? What are the three elements here? First thing first, of course, the talents. Second, the funding. And the last one, companies. But in Malaysia here, we can see that our companies like VTROX is kind of rare. How many that we have now? Maybe we shall create 1,000 more like that. Then only we are able to drive ourselves to the developed country, which is our dreams for quite some time ago, since I was born, I think. Yeah, this is what we want to do. That's why we do that. And go back a bit. You're mentioning about how are we going to do the collaborations to connect with the government sites, to connect with the. I believe that this is more than the cultural shift that we have to do, because when you look at the culture that we have in Malaysia's, as you're Malaysians, we are like serving most of the MNC for quite some times, but somehow we kind of forgot that our position here is not only to serve them. Our position here is also to grow. We need more lifelong learning together with them. And then only we are able to break through to achieve more. This is what we think. So VTROX is doing this initiative, and I quote the same quote from Mr. Chu. He said that he don't want to be the only VTROX. He said that we want more. That's why education chipped in. Thank you.
Fantastic insights. What about from Sam? What do you think about what are you looking forward in terms of since you are in both industry as well academy, but also working in other collaborations with other industry or even in other countries like from China and other countries as well, right? Let's listen from me first before we go into Dr. Chang. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Bob. So before how we are going, what I hope to see is, because now we know that students is lack of experience when we try to make them with our engineers to work on our side. So it's because I think education's ecosystem, we have to fix a little bit there, okay? All the while we know that we ask the student to learn from the fundamental. Why don't we let the student learn from applications, use case, rather than the fundamental? Because I can see we all have been students before, right? What is the purpose to learn mathematics? For what? Everybody asks, student always asks, they will feel very boring. Why I have to learn this? They don't know why is the purpose important. So until they're going to work, only they know what is important. But that's too late already, because the industry already need you to have this, okay, in earlier stage, okay. So if during our learning time we use case, okay, we reverse it. We let them see problems, okay. Let them have a good one and a problems one. Then teach them how to fault finding. Okay, from there, because you need to find a fault and give a solution and solve it, right? So you need fundamentals. So they will slowly ask you, sir, how am I going to do this? Oh, then I teach you this. Then you start. So they start being attract how to learn the fundamental rather than starting. You give them fundamental, they will sleeping there. They will not paying attention there. Okay, okay. You ask any question, nobody answer you. Any problems, nobody answer you. Everything understand, nobody answer you. Everything is nobody answer you. Just like you talk to the wall, you know. Okay, because I'm a trainer in for TVET. Okay, so they are full-time working, part-time study. So the first thing I will ask them today, what problem you face in your working time? Anybody? Okay, they start. Sir, I got this problem, this problem. Sir, I got that problem. Okay, then one by one solve. Come out, whiteboard, write out your problems. Then all around that, I back up them. So basically, I feel that, like then they are very interactive already, starting because their own problem, they want to solve their own problem, you see. So yeah, this is one of the way I use a reverse way rather than we continue with the forward way. And then one is exam. Every learning curve we need exam. So what actually is exam for? Actually, when we are working every day, we are exam. HR also need exam. We deal with machine. We also need exam. The boss asks you a question is actually exam you because where you find answer from internet. Why don't the student exam we fully open book to them? Open. Let them find the internet. Let them go to ChatGPT. But you have to just give them a hint. Beware when you ask ChatGPT. Don't ask the wrong question. ChatGPT will give you wrong answer. Okay? What is the question state? Just answer enough, that's all. Don't put a lot, don't just copy paste everything in because we will know. Because since I asked you to use ChatGPT, we also know what will be answered by ChatGPT. Okay, your sir will know. Okay, okay. If you answer more, doesn't mean you will get more marks. Okay, I will minus your mark. I need your answer just enough for the question. That's all. So you see the way of like this. So because I know that when you face a problem on your working time, who you ask? Google and ChatGPT. Why don't? And that's also exam. Every day your boss exam you, give you exam, and that exam, the answer is not in the book. The answer is your experience or you on the spot from the ChatGPT or from Google. You found some answer only or some. Then you have to add in your own thought. That is called innovation already. Your own thought, your own design, your own creation. Then solve the problem. Because problem is unlimited problem there one. A lot of possibility will be there, but not a fixed answer there. Yeah, that's my thought. I hope in future I can see this.
Okay,
works.
that's interesting. How many of you want open book exam?
Yeah, look at my
Only
students.
few, all of you, don't tell the truth, and all these things. Yeah, you support, right? Let's listen to, Dr. Chang, in terms of what do you see in the future? Like he's a very big inspirations, like open book exam, right? And a lot of universities probably start using open books exam already. What about Dr. Chang from, what sort of collaborations could be also from country to country, maybe industry to industry, and so on and so forth?
In my opinion, I'd like to see, for me, a teacher, I think we need to go to the company to get a position in the company at the same time we are a teacher, and then we can got more information and expression. I mean, for the industry and for the company, and then we can to use the information to teach our students. That that is a combination I'd like to see in the future. And now for our university, the leaders already let us go to the company to have a second a part-time some like a part-time jobs in the company. For me, I already contacted two companies that is related to my research field, and I can for me, one for research, and I can get some resource for my research, and another I can also bring some information for my students for their further work. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Fantastic. Thanks for the sharings. We're also looking forward to not only industries and all things, so also countries, right? In the sense, I'm pretty sure all of us also looking at collaborations with, even students from China and with us also our students with China Institute and, China Industry and so on and so forth from there. Right. Thank you very much. Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah.
Sorry, I've got the king point that is country to country
Yes.
the cooperation, and that case is also can use the in the different country. For example, I can find a company in Malaysia that is related to my major, and then that is international relationship between China and Malaysia. For China, maybe Minjiang University, and for Malaysia, that it may be a company that is related to the biomaterials, the medicine like this. So that can a global cooperation of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. What about you, Kok Leong? What do you foresee and visions since you're from trainings now into the corporates, right, doing software and so on and so forth? So what's your takes on this?
Okay. Maybe I just for the time, so I'll just quick one for a few areas. So first of all, I think from a student perspective, is that not about, education is build a foundation, right? Just now I mentioned. I think you need to know your value. I do come across a lot of students ask, okay, after I study this, what is my salary? That's the most common question that I get. I think you think about is if I'm a company, I'm the business owner, I would, in my mind is that what is the value you can bring it to me, right? The highest value you can bring it to me, obviously I can pay you more. That's very obvious, all right? So you got to think about what you have learned and how can you apply, all right? And what is your values to the company? It's not what about your study, because your schoolmate will have the same study, right? Everyone is the same. So that's from a student perspective. On the other hand, also from an industry as well, I think nowadays are more open compared with old days, but everyone, because the company do not know about you, they always use your academic certification as your entry point. All right. So I think that's on the other hand on industry. Let's think about it. We shouldn't just look at the paper itself. All right. And they should look at what is the person's the capability, what it learns that can apply. Obviously, the student yourself, you need to bring up the value. All right. And I mentioned this is I really I tell a quick story, right? I very appreciate the very, very early days Dell employed me. in 1996, when Dell factory started, I'm not qualified to join Dell because during that times, Dell pay is very high. They only hire first class honor. Yeah, it just so happened there's one specific opportunity. They'll have this custom engineering doing automations. And during that time, I know that I wouldn't able to get in. And during the conversation interview, I share with them the experience. In fact, my young days, I'm a gamer. So I like to play in those gaming in a internet cafe and cyber cafe. And I saw the problems because every time I go and play, the system has problem. I don't have a chance to play, and then I got to wait. Someone else free up, go and play, right? But as a programmer, I talk to the business owner, I can automate for you, right? How fast that I can recover, it can build. So I won't go through detail. I'm talking about the whole cyber cafe management, and then actually apply in Dell custom engineering. That's how I get my job in Dell, which they only hire a first class honor during that time, right? So that is from the industry and also from the students. But I think from my academic side is that it should create more opportunity for students to expose to outside real world in terms of their assignments. You know, I know the old days is always same assignments. It could be after rotating a few rounds, you probably can get an answer or find from your senior for those answers. But we should be more exposed, probably working with the industry, having a more real life type of example, give them the earlier exposures to the real life world, and probably industry can cooperate, get them to be, during their study, they still can come into the corporate and the factory and to apply that. Right, so that's my
fantastic.
Bit long.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you very much, Kok Leong. What about Abby? Right, so you are having a platform that's connecting, right? So you're talking about the talent and the industry needs, the academic as well. So in the sense that what do you see in the futures in terms of building the talent in Penang, or of course more than just Penang, Malaysia and so on and so forth.
Okay, talking about building talent, right? I will give some example related to my field, right? Which is more on marketing side. So I think nowadays, everyone is using ChatGPT, and I think ChatGPT or any other AI tool is very fair. It's accessible to everyone in this room. So I think it's really up to the students, right, to take the willingness to learn all these skills. So people might be thinking there are so many tools out there, which one should I learn? But of course, you should think like, okay, in the next 10 years, right, what kind of person you want to be? I know this is very cliche, but if you don't think about this ahead, right, you won't know what kind of path you want to take. So that is also why we have this platform called Colla Team, which is a short form from Collaborate and Team Up. So we provide various gig part-time jobs to students so that they can explore out in the market to see what kind of jobs or projects are interested for them. So from here, they can understand what kind of role needs what kind of skill sets even before they are out from the college. And not only that, I think that having their portfolio is also very important, so that they, just like Kotler mentioned just now, right, what kind of skill sets you can provide to company, can show it to the employers. Hey, you got this salary for me, right? So I mean, portfolio is very, very important of how you can use all these AI technologies into building up your portfolio. Right. Thanks, Bob.
All right, fantastic. Last, because of time factors, I'm saying this is going to be the last questions already, and I want to target at the government agencies now, the PYDC, and of course the government agencies. In terms of futures, what do you see in terms of building futures for the, industry collaborations, government collaborations, as well as academic collaborations?
Okay, in terms of collaboration, of course, we encourage, because my target is only youth. So we encourage ourselves, academia in industry. I don't talk much because it's more onto the youth category, youth group. So not only just limit ourselves in Penang, we shall go far. Okay, collaboration in terms of internalization. So cross-border collaboration between Penang, China, and of course we do have collaboration. But of course, we want to see our young people can go far. And then to open our international outlook, to see more, to learn how the skill or technology can be transferred to Penang and benefit the Penang industry. So just advice, no matter how far you go, please remember, come back to Penang to serve. Okay, we need talents. Penang is growing. The country need to be developed, and we need talents. And also my advice to young people, get a vision, take a vision to be a future leaders. A lot of people, they're scared to be a leader, a lot of heavy responsibilities. So learn to take up the courage be the future leaders. Not only future leaders, start from now to learn, become a leader. Acquire all the relevant leadership skills to be a leader and a professional leader, outgoing leader, or start to learn to stand out and working with industry, working with academia, and so on. Because in order for country to grow, we really, really need quality leaders. Yeah, I think that's all, not too much
All
of
right.
the elaboration.
Thank you very much. Looks like Dr. Gui already do a sum up, wrap up for me instead. Fantastic. It's really good discussions, and then we can talk forever. I mean, I had a earlier conversation with a fantastic team of panel here. We talk about everything about academic, industry, and all this because we're so passionate about it. Now, just give it a bit of background. I'm actually one of the part-time lecturers in some open universities, right? And at the same time, I own a digital marketing agency as well as a training company. I'm also lead trainers in Asia Academy, and also I'm a sales general manager here for Purple Cane, Suteng. And with the industries we can actually do in WOU is actually, I like the philosophy of WOU is because we impart actual real knowledge. It's not from the books alone, right? A lot of times we actually case studies and all this are real case studies. So in a sense of what you're trying to do here is actually not a good example of WOU is actually collaborations between industry and the academy is actually imparting real cases where actually people actually in the industries, and then that's how actually they can learn. Of course, the WOU student, any student here, so you'll be even getting tougher questions because the as times come out, right, with technologies in AI and all things as well, there'll be even more challenging in times to come. But thank you very much for all the panelists here, right? Dr. Gui, Leonard, Dr. Quay, Abby, Dr. Chang, Sam, as well as Kok Leong. And they has been fantastic for the talents in Penang and all things. So I believe that please leverage on them. I mean, of course, I'm open for discussions, right? Helping you, if you're looking for internships, either even from China or even Malaysia and all things. Well, I'm pretty sure we are open for that as well, for that opportunity. And either you are interested in tea, in retails, you can look for me, all right? Or digital marketing, and of course there are different industry as well. So thank you very much for this opportunity. Also, thank you very much for your time. I hope that you enjoy your time. Do we have a room to Q&A
Yes.
or no?
Yeah.
We do have a questions time for Q&A. Right? Any one of you want to ask any questions to these panelists? Or all right, I'll focus on them, right? Anyone? Any questions? There is one question there.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you every colleagues and experts. The topics talking about this morning gave me a lot of inspiration ideas. They are all I cared about in recent years. Firstly, I want to ask a question about AI because that's we all interested in. I'm a Chinese teacher from Minjiang University, and my major is graphic design. In recent years, one of my students, it's a graduate student, designed his project by using AI technology. But that time, he aroused most of criticism and discussion because everyone doubt about his work's intellectual property and who did it, and especially he just downloaded the script about his project from read a little red book, an app from China. So everybody just criticized him about his design process. But in my opinion, though his work is far from perfect. It's not so satisfactory, but I still believe it is a direction of the future. I don't want to push a lot of criticism about him because I think a new possibility of the future. You know, I'm in 40s. Sometimes I think I have know what I can do in my life, but the AI technology showed me another possibility in my life, and I think I also can learn from my students, learn from my colleagues, learn from many aspects in my life. So I think it's a new direction to all of us. We don't need to look at it from a negative views, right? It's what I want to share. Another ideas is about internship. I learned from lab experts. You talked about you found lab in some time. You found lab the college, university is not you want to join as you know, as you plan to join at the first time. Let's let idea resonate with me because yes, sometimes I found that I love the job of university teacher, but I also found that in some time, university is a very bureaucratic place. So I do believe many students found that university is not so an ideal place for them. So I always try to introduce off-campus power, such as enterprises or some technical designers to them, introduce some real projects to them in various ways. For example, we will design some professional competition to the students and allow them to familiar with some real market environment, let them to familiar with these works, their future works. So I do believe that the internship is a very important, especially for current university. It doesn't mean that we have to apply internship in a traditional way. We also can design some new and brand new way to develop this kind of special class. It's what I want to share. Thank you.
Fantastic sharing. Thank you very much. I think the key point here, I think what I get is, first of all, you talk about relevancy, right? It's actually all about relevant. So whatever we learn and all things, well, does apply or relevant to in the real world and all things. So I think you really bring out a real good point. Internship is just a way to actually get yourself connected what you learn in school. But in fact, I'm pretty sure I hear from all the panelists, we'll talk about also about relevancy and all things as well. Anyone want to talk about this or reply to what his comment is?
I can answer something first. I think he was, in one point, talking about whether we should use AI, we shouldn't discourage the students by doing that. And I agree with, depending on what you're using it. For example, I heard about citation, talk about originality of when the students want to get their PhD to do a study. Of course, you have to look at your purpose, whether you're doing it original or not, right? AI or tools or calculator, they all are tools. I remember reading an article about somebody, when Michelin designed a car, tires, about run flat tires, somebody said that you just give an opportunity for the robbers to do their bad job. And my answer is very simple. You have knife at home, yeah, you use it for cooking, right? But can you use it for killing as well? So depending on how you use that tool. So in this case, the AI is being developed there, and ChatGPT basically, a lot of those the answer that mostly they have is really open. They haven't seen what happened inside the industry yet because the LLM is run based on the World Wide Web. The data inside the industry, there are tons of it that is not out there. You don't know what's going on. That you can use ChatGPT to figure it out, right? But you can use it as a tool to learn and a guide to do what you want, your purpose is. If you want to use that to write a paper, you have to think twice, right? That's the intention is you have to have the origin to do that. But you continue challenging yourself because Thomas Edison is not the inventor of light bulb. Okay, Toyota, I think I remember read the article. Honda, Toyota, they learn how to copy first before they learn how to invent themselves and make it, much better. Right? Einstein learned from Isaac Newton, but he challenged Isaac Newton about the theory of relativity of gravity. There always be a start. They learn the copy, and then after that they make it better. That's what I think. Industry, same thing. How about you?
Yeah. Talking about AI, there is one word that I would like to mention about the talent profile that we want to look at it. In Mandarin, 厚德载物. You know what is that, right? So basically, it's like about your moral inside yourself to decide whether this is the thing that we can use, especially for ChatGPT, right? Is all around us. Each of us have it. We have it, we can use it. But some people, they deny it. Some people, they restrict their staff to use it, especially those that I heard from some of the MNC company that they mentioned that their R&D center, they should not use it. So, but for me, I would say that for student side, this is more industry side, but for student side, they can use it. They can, but they have to use it according to the learning outcome that we want it to be. They should really learn something from it. They should not just use it to submit the assignment for the last day before they submit it. No, that is not the way. But they should learn it, use it. They know how to relearn from it. Because ChatGPT is a very good search engine that we have. I can call it search engine, or I can call it the language learning tools. Basically, they are very, very vast for the data. One of the biggest that we have. But according to some scientists, they mentions that the data from the ChatGPT might be like depleted in the year of 2026 because they say that those are all about wording. They need to check on the language and the wording. But sooner or later, even the YouTube, we can change it to the wording. They can still use it. Even now, when we are talking, it can become wording. They can use it. But for me, I believe that it depends on how we use it. 厚德载物 is the one that we're supposed to really know. To add on about the talent profile also. Just now I mentioned about the technical side, okay, the competency that we want, the skill set, right? In Retrox, we are also having something new that we call it mindset. We really want the people to be having good mindset and also with heart set, So when we interview the candidate, right, we won't just simply look at their cert, but we will ask them a lot of questions to trigger, to really understand why and how they handle certain problems. And from that, we see this person may be like really echo with us and resonate with us, then we will only bring them in because of that.
The attitude, right?
Yeah, the attitude is the key that we want it to be, the heart set of it. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Very, in fact, insightful and thank you very much for the very nice, very, how to say, inspirational questions. Get everybody to talk about that and all things. I know that, yes, especially comes to graphics, video productions and all things, well, it tends to have, we can use AI to create it and all things, but it's never going to be close to perfect anyway, right? And all those things as well. So, any other questions from the audience? Right, that's one question there.
I just want to ask, which one does like the industry more prefer, academic results or practical skill? And how do the industry assess whichever one that they choose?
All right, very good questions. Result, academic result or practical? Which one did you prefer? All right, I think pretty much partially was answered by Dr. Gui, but I think Leonard from industry itself, you want to answer that as well as Dr. Gui, right? Good question.
First, remember my formula: understanding equals to knowledge plus experience. I need both. right? Because it creates you more understanding. And of course, like the interview, talk about attitude, of a person. And of course, we are looking at the understanding of execution. It's not something that you memorizing facts. Unfortunately, Malaysian in this education system really focusing on memorizing facts. So I shared with him just now about when I was young with my son. My son was kid. We always do experiment together, and then ask the question, why is it like that? Throwing Mentos into Coca-Cola, and why? That kind of experiment, right? It's always be, for me, it's both, right? During the interview, we have to look at both as well. Not just because you're first class honors and I want to hire you. No longer like that, huh? But they're no more like that already.
But I think he's good. Attitudely good.
Dr. Gui, you want to respond to that as well?
He is my student. So
What about Dr. Gui first? Let Dr. Gui respond. I think she's like eager to answer that.
Okay, I always advise students, result is not the main thing that you need to have, but it's one of the most important things that you need to have. I always advise students get a good academic results, at least 2.1 and above. If you can get the first, definitely it's good. Because by looking at the results, it reflects your thinking, it reflects your attitudes. More important is an attitudes. If you are brilliant, you're so intelligent, but you show me a result 2.0, 2.2, it shows that you are not a serious person. Okay, so it will relate to another key things that we are looking forward. So result is good, but only have the result is not sufficient. You must also go on other angles as well. Of course, our practical experience, mindset is even more important. Ability to learn, ability to adapt to the new environments. They are those soft skill sets whereby is also very important. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Dr. Gui.
let me answer your questions a bit more. You mentioned about the result. Is that important? Yeah, important. But then remember, when we interview our students, when we interview the engineers, we are looking not only on their result, we are looking also like attitude and also the project that they did before. From the project, then we know how good you are, how good you are in the teamwork, how good you are in the communications, how good you are in doing all the management job. Those are the key that we wanted from the perspective of the industry. And at the same times, when we interview, in Vitrox, we are very different. We put in the hard skill, right? So we also want to look at your value, okay, which is also very important. In Vitrox, we call IACTG. I think you know what is that, right? I stand for integrity, A is accountability, C, courage, T, trust and respect, G, gratitude and care. We are doing the evaluations based on each of the value here. From only we decide whether you are a good talent. But Darren, no worry, I see you.
All right, because of time factor, I'm so sorry. We're gonna end here with the last questions. Thank you very much again for the times. I know you got a lot more questions. The panel is here. You guys won't run away, right? So if any further urgent questions, desire questions, you will really want to ask them, it's like, gotta ask them, we are here, right? We're still around and all things, we can catch one of them or, right, all of us and all things well. But thank you very much again for this time. I mean, this discussion has been really, really, really exciting and insightful. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, my panelists. Now, when I started, they were going like 40 minutes, Sunika. Now it's more than 40 minutes, it's more than 1 hour. But thank you so much. I think you can guys continue this discussion later during lunch. So we're going to wrap up now and then go to the next keynote speaker. So can you please, okay. We'll take 5 so that for them to clear the chairs, and we'll be inviting our second keynote speaker in a short while. Yep. Adam. Thank you. Doesn't show that. I can see here, but not there. Yeah, yeah. Starting already. Please sit back. Please sit.
Okay. Tekan ni je.
I tekan dah.
Dan dia tak keluar.
Ah.
Kalau tak keluar, kita sampai balik. Tepi kat sini. Okay. Okay, tak apa. Tak apa. Start.
Oh. Okay, lepas tu memang Sofik. Ni, Sofik. Muka dia. Okay, your face first. You want your slide? I'll just. Oh, he'll stand here to switch for us. Okay lah, you tunggu sini.
Boleh.
Boleh juga. Go. Boleh. Kat sana, pergi sana. Yes, 5 minutes. Shall I start? Hey, water. Hey, water. Mr. Kaur, for you. Yeah, it is. You should have been here yesterday. We were here from 9 to 6. We were frozen. Oh. Joking. Okay lah, I'm going to start. Mr. Kaur, are you okay? Wait a little bit. Okay, I start now. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Short break. Okay. Our second keynote speaker today, Mr. Ko Dim Kwan, CEO, Sophic Automation, will deliver his topic titled Creating a Sustainable Competitive Edge Through Innovation. Mr. Ko, the stage is yours.
Hello. Hi, good morning, everyone. Yeah, the room is kind of like cold, huh? Okay, but very well sharing just now, and thanks for having me here. So, in fact, yeah, well, when we talk about the talents, right, collaboration, right, to me, I think, of course, I'm from industrial perspective, right. Sustainability is kind of a key topic now. All talk about ESG, but prior to that, that is for corporate purpose. I think everybody is trying towards net zero goal, right, by 2050. I think 2050, right? So, but to us, I think being local enterprise, um, the real sustainable business is still a key, right? To us, I think there is no formula. In order to sustain, you need to grow, right? There no grow, they will be hard to talk about sustainability, right? Because as we all, operate as a business, you have to taking in all the inflation, people's salary, all the OPEX. I know things are actually growing year over the year. So I mean, fundamentally, the business has to grow, right? Of course, how to grow? Actually, innovation is one of the thought. I mean, the key that we believe in, and let me see. So sorry, center. Enter. Okay. Sorry. Let me see. I'm trying to operate. Eh, just a moment. Okay. Let's go. Go now. No. Oh. Okay. Then just go next. Okay. Enter. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So again, innovation is not just about creativity idea. To us, I think it's a way to how to bring values, adding value on top of what you want to do, right? And equally, I think I would like to relate it to entrepreneurship as well, because it's not just a momentary kind of thought, right? In order to bring a real objective and to help to solve the real problem, as what shared by Samuel in the panel just now, right? And in fact, it is a journey, right? So uh, let me see if I can share you, right? Okay. So I would like to take this as an example, automotive industry. I think I'm not sure how many of you has saw this movie before, but I think at my age, I think I'm not too old as well. I think 1980. So Mr. Bean is one of quite a popular comedy at that time of the 1990 somethings, right? So the idea that he came out with all in is a movie is quite creative in a way, comedy, right? So, but to us, I think it really, give me some thought, and it's like, uh, this is a real industry that we are seeing the transformation. Of course, the way he trying to bring out the, I mean, the creativity is not really safe in a way. You shouldn't drive your car in this way, right? But of course, in the real situation, I think what he's trying to bring out is like, how do you manage the car remotely, right? So in today, I think a lot of great innovator that has been disrupt the market, right? I think Tesla is one. I think most of us know, Elon Musk, right? He's been a great inventor, right? Or I mean the innovator, right? They create a product, destroy the market, and of course, it's really what driving this is all because of the technology, right? The technology enable the transformation of this, right? But technology without innovation will mean nothing, right? Because what I also followed recently in one of the speech keynote, given by Intel CEO Pat Gelsinger during the recent consumer electronic shows. What he shared was like, we talk about AI, right? So AI is one of technology, right? So technology always will be faster than product, right? That's what really makes sense. And product will always faster than business, right? And when business also will be always faster than regulator, right? Regulation. So we all talk about just now how to handle ChatGPT. It will come down to a certain way. I mean, by law, our country legal to handle it, right? So all this actually, if you think about, like technology, what really drives technology will be through innovation, right? So that's really the matter that that we can see, right? So why I'm saying that, because the whole transformation is really impacting the value chain and also the growth that we are experiencing now. Especially coming out from COVID and the realization of industrial 4 transformation, right? And as much as AI now, that becomes a buzzword as well. So all these actually really drive for the whole value chain, complex value chain. So in fact, that's why I see academic collaboration with industry are very crucial in order to catch up with the pace that has been evolving very fast in this pace of moment, right? So information are out there. So that's why it's really depend on how do we manage all this and adopt and accept and apply back to the our life, daily life. Doesn't matter in your work or in your day-to-day life. Okay, so myself, DK, I'm I think a CEO of company, so a accidental entrepreneur and co-founder of the company as well. So the company started since 2007 as a system integrator. So what we did was to really help our customer to enable a so-called digital solution adaptation through the implementation of technology, right? So we are serving across the customer different manufacturing segment also. Okay. So just to give a glance of what we are doing. So and today I think basically we are providing the whole automation solution as well as engineering services as a whole turnkey to help our client in the digital transformation journey, right? So we are so-called segmented our offering into field across people, process, and technology. Like, so for process wise, we can say from smarter machine, right? And operation wise, I think, yeah. So, and of course, we are serving across the different manufacturing industry, but still because the nature of where we are started up from Penang, most of our clients are still concentrated much in semicon, right? So what we really did is to help our client to enable a real-time visibility in their operation efficiency, and as well as automate their workflow, enable paperless, and of course, end of the day, it will be working close with client to achieve the so-called long-term sustainability as well, right? So this is where I think we have been serving the industry for the past, for I think 16 years. So just a glance of the portfolio that we are serving. Of course, 80% of clients are MNC based, whereby because they have the advantage of budget and capacity, and as well as the drive for the whole automation as a globe as scale. So that's where also attracted our focus as well. And of course, I think as we know, it's not easy to get qualified and to provide services to the industry, especially MNC. they'll assess a lot of our perspective as if you're coming from local industry SME, right? Namely, like, I mean, for example, your financial, your track record, right? How do you support them? And what team portfolio that you have, regional support that you have. So all these are actually being the one of the factor, right? So of course, among our client list, there are a few that actually are market leaders, such as a microprocessor in the semiconductor product in automotive, as well as medical, F&B, and also rubber goods. All right. So and we are honored also. In 2 years ago, one of our clients that served at Batu Kawan, they are producing memory, which is Sandy. So they will actually receive the lighthouse status, which is by World Economic Forum. So this is the so-called the first setting in Malaysia, I believe. And our role is actually we are one of the local solution provider that mainly targeted in their system integration, digitalization, and automating the workflow, as well, yeah, to support this client, throughout the whole journey. And the journey has not stopped. They are still continue evolve and improve with the automation. So it is about 6 years journey that we're working together. So it's not just one momentary project only, right? So of course, like I said, due to the awareness of this digitalization, global probably conflict and probably between different zones, and also of course also after the pandemic, it now become endemic, ending of COVID. So, and a lot of digitalization effort and product has been coming towards very fast pace lah. And now with AI, it also has been, expediting the whole industrial focus. So all in all, actually, will bring us a lot of opportunity, especially as a player in Penang and Malaysia. But also it gave us a lot of challenges as well, right? So I listed down a few here, which is the growth factor that we have been experiencing as far as from local solution, a company perspective, right? So we have a success story that we can, share with the same industry player in semicon, where the forte of Malaysia has been focusing at, which is OSAT, assembly and test packaging, right? So of course there are some supply chain driven factor, which is part of the probably the big boy game, which is the outside in factor, right? And of course we rely a lot of eco partner by working with not only industrial but also academy as well, right? And of course the government factor as well, and with the drive from towards the new industrial master plan transformation, right? The energy master plan, actually it also help position us to to grow, right? So in fact, yeah, for us, because at our core business, people still become our still be our greatest asset. So I would like to share a little bit story about this leader. As far as I think as far as my experience, I think it's one of the unique experience that I would like to share. And how do we adopt this so-called entrepreneurship model within our organization? So in a way, just some background, there is Alvin. Is our actually current head of software innovation team. He's leading a team of about 70 software engineer that comprising from IoT team, machine programming, web, and also AI. So he just started off as an internship with our company way back in 2016 or 15 time. So then he continued back to his academy, and actually what he triggered us was actually the engagement with the interns, right? So most of people, I think, as far as we learn and understood, I think they adapt. They will take in intern to apply in certain job just for certain project as a temporarily, right, or problem that they solve. But for us, I think we wanted to extend the engagement, not only after they complete the intern, but also we were hoping when they have free time, they carry out the last year semester or whatever, we can still get in touch with them. We will pay them at a part-time mode. I think as what Ms. Abby shared just now throughout the platform that is offering, and also continue to get the engagement with the whole response, So actually, it turned out to be quite interesting model that we start to offer to our so-called our institution partner, where we start to grab in a lot of interns year over the years. So in average, I think in the year we were taking about 80 to 100 interns, right? At a small scale company, not really a listed or large scale company, right? So we found actually through the exercise we really be able to experience and to see a lot of engagement with the people side, right? There are some ways very good, like you said. I think the attitude. So all these factors that actually will be able to be realized and to get really hands-on and to witness by all this process. Yeah. So and even now today, I think it's a young team that he's leading now, especially when most of them actually graduate since then. I mean, when they're born like 2020. So it's a different way of working with this pool of young generation, right? So in a way, I think, yeah, that's how we wanted to continue to embark with our people, right? So how does it translate to innovation? I think because career development is one, right? So we know that I think within our business nature, there's a lot of customized solution we have done to serve the industry, right? And we believe all these problems are driven by client. It's a real industrial problem. It's not a problem that just to address the project purpose, right? So there's an opportunity to unlock, to sell, right? So being us, yeah, we already in one footprint. In one area of focus already. If we want to grow, how are we going to do that in a better scale or in a more comprehensive way? We know everybody has limited time. We have 24 hours, right? So by doing that, so what we were thinking, like we have to do it through our talent, right? Or potential leader, right? So that is how I think we want to cultivate the potential leader that in our company, right? Before we claim there's not enough talent, are we done enough to help them or to cultivate, nurture them also, right? So that's the best effort I think we believe. And everyone, of course, need to make some earning for a living. There's a vision, there's a wish also. So it's important to find out, to understand those needs or the interest that in all these young people that we're engaging, right? Okay, so that's how we were actually sharing all these potential opportunity that the team member can mingle around. So, right. So it's kind of flexible, but of course there's a way that you're going to go deeper also in the specific expertise field. Yeah. All right. So, so just a glance of our growth strategy as well, right? So beside people, we also look into some of the corporate development by leverage capital market strength, right, and opportunity, and of course research and development in our digital solution, right, and of course the innovation business model, all right. So again, like I said, the innovation, to do it in an innovative way is by creating value, right? So to us, this is how we wanted to build value with our client, which is helping them to enable a data-driven manufacturing process, right? So even now, people are talking about I 4.0 or AI, but we believe even though in the next, which is industrial 5 or even go to industrial 6, data still be the essential elements and the fundamental that drive for all whatever transformation that in this digital world, right? So by creating value, through this data-driven process, will be able to help us to continue to scale and sustain, right? All right. So last but not least, I think that's our short way. I mean, so we make people, other people machine talks, we make them sing. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Koh. Since you have time for it, maybe one question from the floor.
Question.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
I keep calling him for technical support. Right. Okay, our final keynote speaker for this morning, afternoon is Dr. Tan Huang Yi, President of the Association of Graduates from Universities and Colleges of China, Penang. With her topic, Young Malaysians in China, Cross-Cultural Exchange in the Digital Era. Dr. Tan? And you want to put your... Wait, hold on. No, wrong one. Yeah. So just press. Yeah. Just enter. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Jaya. Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. I am Huang Yi. I'm the president for the Association for Graduates from Universities and Colleges in China, Penang. People say you don't arrange your talk before the lunchtime because nobody is going to listen to what you say. They will only thinking of their stomach. Okay, so I will quickly run through what I have prepared with my digital tools, and then we can go off for our lunch. Okay, I'm very honored to stand here this morning to talk about the topic of young Malaysians in China, the cross-cultural exchange in the digital age. We will explore the impact of digitalizations on the cultural experiences of Malaysian youth studying in China. But before this, I would like to make a very brief introduction about our association. Actually, we are a very new association. We are established in the year of 2019. This year will mark the 5th anniversary of our association. And our main principle to establish this association is we hope to be a bridge for the students from Malaysia with studies in China. And our members, now we have around slightly more than 100 members. All of them are actually graduated from universities of China, mainland China, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. So if anyone have any friends, they are graduated from those universities, please contact me, and they are welcome to become our member. And also today, since there are a lot of big bosses here, so I would make some advertisement. If you need any intern from China universities, please contact me. We will be a bridge for both okay, parties. So over the past few years, our association, we actually organized few times of international seminars and Q&A session, of course, for the preparation for the students to get their further studies in China. And we also organize education fair online for the universities from China. Okay, now we go into the introduction. Okay, in this digital modern age, there are actually a lot of younger generation of today. They are the digital natives. They stand at the forefront of promoting the cross-cultural understanding. So I would like to talk about the rising tide of Malaysian students in China. Our focal point today is actually the community of young Malaysians who have ventured to China to pursue their further studies. So these individuals, they not only represent a bridge between two nations, but also embody the spirit of global citizenship. So let's begin by examining the significant figure that highlight this trend. Over the last 10 years, there has been a notable increase in the quantity of Malaysian students opting for China as their preferred study destination. As you can see from here, in 2010, there were approximately 3,000 Malaysian studies in China. But when we fast forward to 2020, that number has more than tripled. Okay, we have around more than 10,000 Malaysian students in China currently. And this is approximately 233.33% growth rate. Yeah, it's a very remarkable growth. So I'm not sure whether anyone here have visited universities or colleges in China. If you have, you would notice a very remarkable advancement in the digitalization of their education system over the years. Well, let's talk about the digital landscape of educational journey. So let's focus on the digital landscape that accompanies these students on their educational journey. Let's now imagine a Malaysian student arriving in a bustling Chinese city, for example, Shanghai, Beijing, and Xiamen, and so on, equipped with their smartphones and laptops, and of course, their textbooks. Yeah. These digital tools act as gateways to a world of information and connectivities. We have educational apps, online libraries, and collaborative platforms that ensure the learning extends beyond the confines of the physical classrooms. So these apps have become integral to their daily lives, encompassing food, transportation, entertainment, banking, shopping, and more. Nowadays, it is almost unthinkable for someone in China to live without their smartphones. From what I can see, actually the youngsters in China nowadays, they are very dependent on their smartphones. They can go out without any handbags, but they must hold their phone in hand. If not, they cannot move around. So I think this is one of the difference between China and Malaysians. So the next thing I want to talk about the language acquisition in the digital age. So considering of the language acquisition, language learning apps have become indispensable companions for Malaysian students in China. For instance, Duolingo. I don't know how many of you have tried to learn a language from Duolingo. Yeah, I have also tried Duolingo. I think this app reports a significant increase of users from Malaysia learning Mandarin. Okay, Duolingo's users from Malaysia learning Mandarin went from 50,000 in 2019 to over 120,000 in 2021. Okay, 50,000 2019 and 120K in 2021. So these statistics portray how technology not only advances language proficiency, but also enhances cultural immersion. So learning a language from Duolingo, you will recognize its effectiveness in language instruction through a very straightforward method and very lively examples. And this help the users to understand different culture. And next, talk about virtual classroom and online communities. Actually, in this digital world, our Malaysian students studying in China are breaking free from traditional classroom constraint. Okay, this is very obvious, especially during the lockdown about like 2-3 years ago during the COVID lockdown. Almost all the students, they told me that they continue their studies from home because they can use the virtual classroom. So like here we use Google Workspace, but in China, I think they use the VOV, Ding Ding, and so on. And all this actually they contributing to the cross-cultural studies. Okay, from 2018 to 2022, I think there is a noticeable increase in engagement of using this online classroom method. Yeah. Okay, now we talk about the social media's role in documenting the cultural experiences. The impact of social media and documenting cultural experiences among the Malaysian students in China is profound. For instance, for an example, in the social media landscape, Instagram takes center stage with the hashtag Malaysian students in China. There are over 50,000 posts in 2021 with this hashtag Malaysian students in China. So actually, I'm still the Facebook era people. They saying that now if you have a Facebook account, that means you are 40 and above. I have an Instagram, but always when I click my Instagram, it asks me to reload again because I seldom open. But I think the youngsters nowadays, they are very dependent on Instagram and some other apps that we don't know. Okay. Next, we talk about this. I want to finish it quickly. Deepening cultural understanding through the digital tools. Okay. By sharing, beyond sharing experiences, the digital age also empowers Malaysian youth in China to cultivate a profound understanding of their host country's cultural intricacies. So we have these virtual museum tours, online cultural exchange program, and interactive language exchange platforms. All these serve as instrumental tools in exploring the diverse layers of Chinese culture. Actually, okay, for me, myself, I used to go to China for meetings, vacations, very frequent. But for certain Malaysian students, when they go to China for studies, actually that might be the first time for them to go to China, even though most of them are Chinese. Just for your information, there are Malay students studying traditional Chinese medicine in Shanghai TCM universities. I met them, a group of them, last month in KL. So mostly are Chinese, but China is another country out from Malaysia to all these young Malaysians. So there are a lot of new things for our young Malaysians to see in China, as they have no knowledge about that too. Yeah. So a survey conducted in 2022 revealed that 85% of Malaysian students in China felt significantly more culturally enriched. So yeah. Next, talk about these challenges and resilience in the digital era. Okay. It is important to understand the difficulties and challenges that they face when they these digital pioneers. Okay, this cultural exchange, although it's very rewarding, but it involves a careful process to adapt a new custom and new norms, and also has to overcome language challenges and barriers. And so the digital tools they use demand qualities like resilience, adaptability, and understanding of different cultures. What about, let's talk about the cultural exchange. Come to conclusion already. Cultural exchange as a complex journey. I have one more section. Going to different cultures is great, but it is not always easy. Okay, so even though we are Malaysian Chinese, but our culture there are also slight different from the Chinese culture. Okay, if you have been to China, I trust you know what I mean. Just now, Professor Yap told me, even though I can speak Mandarin, but when I go to China, I cannot communicate with them. It's hard. Okay, so they have to learn new ways of doing things and understand different languages and see the world from many points of view. So for this point, I think the digital tools does help a lot to our Malaysian youth in China. So in conclusion, through the eyes of these young people, we see how education in the digital age can bring about positive changes. I think I will stop here. If you have any question, you are very welcome to ask, but I prefer not to. Okay, thank you very much.
This is one person running away from questions. Any questions, anyone? I'm still making, please, you're safe. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Dr. Tan. Okay, we are right towards the end of our session today. And Adam, please help me. No, Adam, to the front one. Ya, wait, I'm dulu. Yang mula-mula, backdrop kita. Backdrop. Yes. Thank you everyone for your patience and listening to us this morning, afternoon now. We'd like to call the Prof. Lily to be up on the stage. I mean, I don't have a stage, but I'm just saying there is a stage to the front, and to give everyone a token of appreciation to our keynote speakers as well as our panelists. Prof. Can you please help to hold so that I can call out their names? Yeah. Great. We'd like to call Dr. Tan first. Thank you, Dr. Tan. Mr. Kaur. Mr. Kui. Thank you. Okay, now I would like to call our panelists. Okay, first, IR Dr. Koi, please, from Vitrox. Thank you. Dr. Gui, please. Miss Ebito from Kola Teams. Mr. Leonard Tan. Mr. Ong Kok Leong, and our moderator, Mr. Bob. I do have two other panelists, but they are not. Oh, they send representative. Okay, for Mr. Samuel. Okay, she's representing Mr. Sam. Sorry, hiccup a bit. Yeah, Prof. Jung, for Prof. Jung later. Or one more person, one more panelist. Yeah, we'll pass to Prof. Jung later on. Almost lunch. I'm letting you go off in a short while. Okay. Okay, esteemed guests, distinguished industry leaders, respected colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude our symposium, I express heartfelt gratitude for your presence this afternoon or this morning, right? I think I'm talking on behalf of my Digit School, my two heads here. Thank you so much for being here today, everyone. Okay, it has been a pleasure experiencing the insightful topics presented by our keynote speakers and the enlightening discussions in the panel earlier on. As we bring this session to a close, I extend an invitation to all present to explore the exhibition booths and join us for lunch downstairs. Your participation has added immense value to this event, and we look forward to continued interactions and networking opportunities throughout the day. Thank you once again for making this symposium a success. And before you leave for lunch, I know we are hungry. I'm hungry. My stomach is growling. Can we have a group photo, please, first? And then we can go makan. Yesterday, like yesterday's layout. Yeah. And from here, this way. Belum lagi. Can I have everyone come to the center, please? Seriously, it really looks good from this angle. Can I have some nearer to the middle? A little bit nearer. Come over there. Yeah, coming. Just making sure. You okay? We good?
Okay, all right. 1, 2, 3. More. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm not so serious enough. Okay. All right, let's start. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good.
You can, let's go down for lunch and you can continue your networking part. No, go. Yes. You can go down or no? Yes. Mm. Oh. Apalah. Well, I didn't know that. No. Nothing. Yeah. Yes. Hi. I honestly didn't take any photos. Go down. I'm meet you downstairs. Apa dia? Semalam punya. Nah, ada.